Breaking news in triathlon world. Jan Frodeno has torn his Achilles tendon, which is going to prevent the three-time Kona champion from competing in the half Ironman World Championships in St. George, Utah. Very disappointing for the champion. So let's break down the details and talk about how this affects the playing field in May when the World Championship half Ironman takes place in St. George, Utah. All right, let's go. So, Jan Frodeno, one of the people that's in the conversation for the greatest of all time in the sport of triathlon, has now torn his Achilles tendons. Jan Frodeno is now out of the World Championships in St. George, Utah. The Achilles tear prevents three-time Kona winner from lining up to defend his title in Utah. Jan Frodeno confirmed his injury by posting on his Instagram account, "It's been a tricky time, and unfortunately, I'll have to concede to the fact that I won't be able to get to the start line in St. George. I've recently been diagnosed with a small partial tear of the Achilles tendon. That's the reason my running didn't progress past an hour, which even at the very best speeds is not enough for a marathon. For now, it's time to play it a little bit safe. My dream is still to get to the big island of Hawaii and have a really great race there." Jan Frodeno has quite the resume when it comes to the big island racing, and this is the full Ironman Championship race that we're talking about when we say Hawaii. He won the full Ironman World Championships in 2015, 2016, and 2019. He also owns the current course record for full Ironman World Championships in Hawaii. At the 2019 race, Jan Frodeno completed the race in 7 hours, 51 minutes, and 13 seconds. Set back in 2019, like I mentioned earlier, and that record still stands today. Will we see that record be broken? I'm sure yes. People are getting faster, people are getting stronger, people are getting smarter when it comes to training. For those that don't know, a full Ironman is going to be a 2.4 mile swim, a 112 mile bike ride, and then a marathon run at the end, which is 26.2 miles. For international viewers, that converts to 4.2 kilometer swim, 180 kilometer bike ride, and 42 kilometer run. Also an honorable mention, Jan Frodeno did win the gold medal at the 2008 Olympics, and that was an Olympic course distance. Big difference in the distance between an Olympic and a full. Now when we talk about St. George, Utah, half Ironman, it's exactly that. Half the distance of an Ironman in all three events. Jan Frodeno is no stranger to this. He won that Ironman 70.3 in 2015 and 2018. Now that Jan Frodeno is out, the playing field has definitely been switched up. We now have athletes in the discussion such as Christian Blumenfeld and Gustav Iden. Also Gomez and Brownlee are other professionals that are in the conversation for who's going to win the half Ironman World Championship in St. George, Utah in May of 2022, which is right around the corner. If there's any other professional athletes I missed, comment down below who you think is going to win the St. George World Championship now that Jan Frodeno is out. Also let me know, even if Jan Frodeno was to compete, if you think he was predetermined, predestined, if he was inevitable to win the half course championship. Also let me know in the comments down below, considering now that Jan Frodeno is now 40, do you think he's already reached his peak? Do you think he's currently in his prime? Or do you think his best years of racing are well behind him? And also to put this in perspective about how much this would mean to Jan Frodeno, if he was to win the full course in October 2022, that would give him 4 Ironman World Championship titles, which would surpass Australian Craig Alexander and Canadian Peter Reid. If he was to surpass those two professionals, then the only 2 elite athletes left standing in his path would be Dave Scott and Mark Allen, who both have 6. So he still has a little ways to go. And also I'd like to let you guys know, if you guys think this is the smart move for him to take it easy here, let me know how long you think he should be recovering for as he prepares for the full distance championship come October 2022. Jan also stated, of course, when you have a partial rupture, there is always a danger of more happening. So I decided to hopefully play it smart and prepare well and get myself ready in the best way I can. So let me know down below how long you think it's going to take him to recover, and if he can recover from this and still be in prime racing condition. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Anyways, as a triathlete, endurance athlete myself, this is news that I find interesting, and this is news I hope you find interesting. So if you guys like this content, comment down below, share with other people, like and subscribe, and I'll keep this stuff coming to you guys. Other than that, have a great day. We'll see you in the next video.